Hi there, everyone. It is currently the 2nd of August 2017. Typhoon Noru continues to track off towards the northwest. Very annular today. I know that's kind of cliche to say, but this storm system definitely has the donut shape going on with it. We had a little bit of dry air intrusion yesterday that allowed this eye to just get that much larger. Absolutely large eye in that center of circulation. If we take a look at microwave imagery, see that it still has that very clear and defined eye wall in that center of circulation, but the big thing right now is that you just have that large circular band. This storm, as it does track off there towards the northwest, a little bit of shear on the northern periphery kind of pulling it away, but overall it has that buzzsaw shape, and that is really kind of indicating to us that it is maintaining some sort of intensity, and we expect it to intensify over the course of the next 48 hours as it does track off here towards the west. One thing I do want to point out, though, and this is a common misconception I have heard from people, is that the larger the eye, the more intense the storm system, or as I said, that is a common misconception. In fact, the large eye in this particular situation is a direct result of some weakening. We have some dry air inflow going to the storm. The thing you really want to look at is more of, is this an annular storm? Is it circular? Does it have that buzzsaw shape? Do you have good outflow aloft and good inflow on the lower levels? And what we are seeing, at least at this time, is some improving in all of those aspects. And that is one reason why, if we take a look at the forecast, we do have some weakening in the forecast, but in the extended range, it does start to re-intensify, at least according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Rain around the southern Japanese islands, specifically around the Amami region. JMA also looking at a very similar outlook here, maintaining that very strong intensity as this storm system heads off towards the northwest. Now, before I get into the model outlooks, I do want to note that a lot of the models are expecting a rapid intensification with the storm, much more than what the official forecasting agencies are looking at. And this is very true with the GFS model outlook. In fact, if we take a look ahead here, heading into Friday and also over through Saturday, look at the central pressure in this storm. If you are using tropical tidbits, you can see that in the center here, and also on the top right, 882 millibars. That is, with all due respect to the GFS model, a little bit ridiculous. And this particular model run definitely feels like it is smoking some good drugs here. Getting down to 876 millibars is on par with something like Typhoon Haiyan. Typhoon Tip was 870 millibars. That is minimum pressure, and that was the lowest ever official pressure ever recorded out here in the northern hemisphere. Given our storm system right now and its current state, yes, it's a very strong typhoon, but we would have to go through some very rapid intensification. Now, is rapid intensification all that impossible? No, I don't think it's going to get down that strong, but I do think that we have the potential to hit super typhoon status. Let me explain why. Right now, actually, off the coast of Okinawa and the southern Japanese islands, we have a very warm pool of water, record-breaking for the month of July, in fact, up to 30.2 degrees. Going back to 1982, this is some of the warmest temperatures we've seen out here, and typically water temperatures are just about 1 degree lower than that. 1 degree makes a massive difference when we're talking about tropical systems, from 29.3 all the way up to 30.2. These are waters you typically see in the Philippine Sea. Storms in the past have undergone rapid intensification due to those warm waters. But it's not just that. Also, we have that ridge of high pressure starting to work its way in just north of this. That's going to allow for some decent outflow aloft. You want a counterclockwise, or excuse me, clockwise rotation in the upper levels, and that's what's going to be setting up over northern Japan as our storm system kind of tracks on a westerly projection here. Yeah, heading into Friday, looking at the upper level winds, and that's what I'm showing you right here. We have clockwise just north of our storm system, or a high pressure ridge aloft. And that's going to allow for some decent outflow, I do believe, and really kind of give us one more reason why the storm system will intensify. So we do have very warm sea surface temperatures here associated with the Kuroshio current. It's record-breaking outflow aloft, and also moisture inflow coming in with the southwest monsoon down towards the south. These are three factors that are going to allow us for intensification with this storm system, and it's why I believe we could be looking at that threat of a super typhoon. Maybe not the, albeit I think, absurd model outlook, but it's not going to be the model forecast we are seeing with the GFS, but more so maybe a category 4 equivalent on the Saffir-Simpson scale, possibly, as we start to see the storm system near the Amami Islands and also southern Kyushu. Right now, though, it does look like it is going to stay on this westerly projection, also thanks to that area of high pressure back towards the north. So anybody across the southern Japanese islands, including Okinawa, I think more so the Amami region and also southern Kyushu today, really wants to be watching this closely. Not only for that initial landfall, but eventually this will turn back towards the north and move closer towards places like Nagasaki. You also have Kumamoto down here, Kagoshima, and eventually over towards Fukuoka. All those major cities definitely are looking at that threat of a storm system coming overhead on Sunday and the Monday. Winds are the big threat in the southern islands, but as that turns towards the north, you can have this very volcanic area that is prone to landslides, and the threat of flooding and landslides is going to be really the bigger risk across much of Kyushu, I do believe, but coastal areas still could be looking at winds well over 100 knots. If you're just looking for impacts from the storm system, the southern Japanese islands definitely looking at least some high winds up to tropical storm strength. I think the worst of it is going to be in the Amami region and also there in the southern areas of Kyushu. Heavy rainfall, especially in western Japan, heading through the weekend, really the latter part of the weekend by Monday, based on the current forecast, which is becoming more confident here on our Wednesday. All right, guys, that's all for now. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, comment box down below as always. Thanks again for all your feedback you've been giving me lately. Once again, I do want to have a quick reminder. I am leaving Japan in the near future, heading back to the U.S., and once I do so, I may not be able to make as many updates as I have been in the past. Website's still going to be running, as well as the Facebook page. We have a whole team here at Westpac Weather, so they're going to keep on doing what they do. Thanks again for watching.